VCT kickoff. So VCT kickoff, we're going to be going into the groups, and we're angry at a few things, right? So single elim, we are definitely angry at, and we're angry at the fact that EG especially get a bye, right? So EG get a bye, and we'll kind of talk about this a little bit. So we have 11 teams. We were always going to have a team getting a bye, and it was whether we were going to be angry at EG or whether we were going to be angry at Liquid, because they either did it off the fact that Liquid won their region, international region, right? So it could have been based off that, or they went and did it from the actual like champion.
Where do you want me to move my cam? I can make it smaller and I can put it here. Good.
Results. So no matter what, we were always going to be angry if they decided to go for this format. And in terms of this format, I really do think the only way to have done 11 teams would have been a round robin, and then we would have been like best of ones round robin. And I think that would.
I agree. And the reason I agree is because on group stages, since you play a lot more teams in the group stage. Okay, bye Leia. Good night, good night, good night. It makes a lot of sense, since you're playing more teams in the groups, that's BO1 groups, and then make it so that playoffs, it's double elim. You know? I agree with that entirely. As opposed to the other way around.
Would have been better. Like, I really do. Single elim is not the one. I think if you had 4 teams from the best of ones go into a playoff, even though it's best of ones, I think it would have been better. And then you get the 4
like
teams
CS RMR, yeah.
Best of 3s. And maybe we could have done it in the same time of this. And then maybe we actually get to see more games from your teams. That would have been pretty cool, I think, to be honest. That's probably the way that I would have approached it with 11.
Round robin into a double elim playoff format would have been perfect. Double elim BO3 format would be gorgeous. So completely agree.
Teams. But instead, we have gone for single elim, and yeah, let's talk about some of the stuff that I'm not liking. So the fact that EG can win from 2 wins is obviously madness. I think it's just the RNG element that is really getting me at the moment. So we have, I'm going to use EMEA as an...
Yeah, chat. Before this tournament starts, I'm going to predict EG to win. EG to be one of the 2 teams in NA going. Fuck it.
Example, we have Fnatic in Group C. They're going to be going up against Gentlemates in Group 11, and then no one else got seeded. They kind of put into these separate groups, which then they get picked, and they kind of RNG into where we go over towards here. So let's use this as an example. So say like Na'Vi go over here, and then Foot go over here, because they're both in the same group, right? So we have these 2. If Na'Vi go into Group B and they win, and Fnatic win their group, we have them playing in a single elim. Like that one is madness. Single elim, no chance. In theory, the best and the second best going up against each other, and one won't be making it to the Masters. So that doesn't make sense on paper for sure. And then you so that's RNG in itself. And then you kind of look at this as well in terms of Group A. Group A is an absolute banger. You want to be in Group A. You get to play the people that come in from the play-ins, right? So you come top Group A, and then you get to watch a potential. So the teams are going to be 2 times best of 3s that are in play-ins. So you get to watch a potential 6 maps of the team that you're going to be playing, unless Group A wins, which they've said they're kind of going to switch it around a little bit. But you still have the advantage because you have the team from Group B and Group C, right? So you still.
Did you rate EG alongside Energy when you put them in tiers?
Group A, especially the best team in Group A, you've kind of just won the lottery here a little bit. So yeah, it's such a massive advantage knowing what you should be vetoing, what you can play, and how a team likes to play cider maps. So that's my main issues with all the kickoff, pretty much echoing what everyone else has been talking about for sure. I think this could have been handled better. Why is it like this? Time. Why after 5 months of an off season are we so compact into this? We'll be getting into
a dominating region
a little bit.
I don't think so.
As to why right at the end. So
that's
kind of a theme with a lot of this. Why is it all so close together? I will also say in 2025 they say they are changing the format, but we also
Kenny Wise,
got this tweet from Leo where he talks about the fact that they are actually fine with the amount of games we're playing. So we like the baseline number of each games. If you want to go check out Thinking Man's Valorant,
I haven't seen this tweet. We're expanding the calendar next year to space things out and shorten the off season, but we like the baseline number of matches each team currently play, and we're not looking to increase that. Ultimately, fans want to see the best teams play more, and those teams make it to global events. Challengers and game changers, there's a lot of L to watch. Do you guys know the comparison between actual VCT circuit and like in terms of viewership compared to challengers and game changers, or no?
Video on this yesterday where he kind of brought up, I think it was yesterday, he kind of brought up their old format, and it was just like, essentially it was like this, right? So I'll give you what my perfect stage would look like, right? My perfect layout. This is my perfect layout. You have a normal stage here. It's on for 9 weeks, right? You have 2 super weeks so that every region can run 2, right? Because that would be 8. So you could have 2 super weeks where they all get a ton doing super weeks, so it's not overwhelming. You have 9 weeks, and then we have 2 super.
So he's starting the tournament in January, which I fucking agree, bro. They already had a 3.5 month off season. Even if they took a month off, 2 months off, they would still have a month to prep, month and a half to prep for this tournament, for the first stage. You know, instead of doing this kickoff event. Why the fuck are we wasting time? We don't need to do that. Just make it so every team earns their fucking spot into these tournaments. And I also love that he added an off season here, which is gorgeous because anyone that's burnt out gets a break, a little bit of a break if they want it, a week, 2 week break, and then they start up again. And then you go into stage 2 where you will have time to fix things weekly as the time goes on, right? And 8 week stage 2, same thing. Or was it 8 week, 9 week? And then it goes into Masters, right? Each team is earning their spots, and the points matter so much that you have to be able to earn your position and earn your chance at making it to these tournaments. This kickoff event into a fucking Masters seems ridiculous to begin with. So I love this.
Super week 7.
Like, I literally wouldn't change anything about this.
Weeks, and everyone will be able to play everyone. This is obviously for 2025, so I've included 12 teams. So you have that as a stage. Then the winners of that go to Masters. That will then give you points that goes to Champs, which is behind my head, of course. And then you go into an off season, a month off season in the middle. Oh my god, that sounds incredible. And then you go into stage 2 again, and then it's the exact same thing where it's 9 weeks. And then we do the same thing. Then we go into Masters, and then LCQ. LCQ is not out again. Thinking Man's Valorant brought this up, and it's just like LCQ is gone, and that was like one of the best things. Valorant is incredible when you get time off, right? When a team has time off and they have time to prepare, and they are able to do all of this new stuff, that they are able to either look at themselves or look at other teams and just actually counter or just get really good on a certain map. That is when Valorant is at its peak. We do not have that in the current format. It is so squished together that if you're going to all of these events, especially like say it's Fnatic, you have no time. You fly there, you fly back, you play. You fly there, you fly back, you play. You have never any time to actually get better, improve on your stuff, or change stuff up. I think the best thing.
This was my issue to begin with, right? When I complained after we had qualified for Tokyo, my tweet basically stated the fact that we were playing an entire stage, and my issue was with the fact that we were playing the stage, or we're playing the entire regular season with weeks off, like a whole week off in between. Crafty, thank you to tier 1, right? So we had a week to prep for the next match, week to prep for the next match, and then we went into a really condensed playoff week, which was all matches in 1 week all of a sudden. That was my main complaint. I was like, that's what drained us, because for teams that it's just too difficult to reinvent yourself. All this, if you're playing week 1, thank you Silva for the prime. All this week 1 to week 8, we have a week to prep for every match, right? Which is gorgeous, easy, ideal. What's up, Derek? Can we duo? I'm actually down. If Sam doesn't get on, but let me just yap for a bit. Maybe you want to play one more game, but I'm so down to duo. If Sam doesn't get on, which I don't know if he is or not. So the issue was the condensed playoff stage after, because we literally had maybe not even 4 days, like 3 days, and then we went straight into playoffs. And that playoff stage was match, 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 literally with 1 day in between max. So we can't really reinvent the way we play. Chat, we literally had to go Viper Harbor on Haven with 1 day's prac, and in that prac day, 2 teams canceled their scrims versus us because one of the players wasn't feeling well. So we had 1 Haven scrim before we played Haven Viper. Or Haven Viper. Viper Harbor on Haven. And managed to win. But could have easily lost. Like, it was luck of the fucking draw. So my point is there's not enough time to actually reinvent yourself within the season in the playoff stage. So maybe condense the season more so that players are getting used to that format so that way when playoffs come, you're already used to it. Don't make it so the season's fucking week, and then all of the playoffs in 1 week. That's what's hard about it. You know? And then, but this is perfect because you get in, at the very least, you have to earn your spot for every single Masters instead of playing a kickoff event going into Masters. And I just think it's a huge waste. But their main arguments are, one, that they want to, because it's so hard to also worry about challengers and GC. So they want to do that later in the year. But that's still possible, no? After champs?
Example of what I'm saying is when teams have time to improve is champions, right? This is the good thing about LCQ.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is how it was in 2022. Good point. Isn't this how it was in 2022? Minus it being on LAN? It just wasn't on LAN. It was? I'm thinking 2021? No, yeah, it was online. 2022 we were Optic, and we played most matches online. Yeah, it was online. But no off-season, yes. So minus the off-season, this is how it was. This is literally the only format you can go with. I don't see why change this besides what some people brought up as saving money, but I do understand like fitting in challengers and GC. But this is the perfect format for Valorant.
And it is the fact that the good teams have time off so they can reflect and they can get good for champs, right? They can change some stuff up. Let's use EG as an example from this champs. They knew Fracture was going to get banned. They made their Lotus incredible. It's such a delight to watch. Then we use Loud as an example. Same thing on Lotus, right? They actually looked at Fnatic's Lotus comp, no flashes, and actually played really, really well against it. Like they kind of countered a comp that I was saying that should have been countered ages and ages ago. So time, especially time after like big events, it would be so perfect. This is
something Sliggy does that I don't do, okay? Because he's more analytical than me and actually like thinks things through before he says them. He actually has suggestions on how to fix the thing. I just cry. Like I'll just complain and be like, this is fucking stupid. Fuck this shit. The reason I like him is because he actually has suggestions to fix what the issue is.
My ideal setup, and this is just like a dream that we will never have. Essentially, it is a dream that we will never have. Let me move my face down to kind of just show you. Is that even going to work? Yeah, there we go. Move my face down to kind of show you what could be.
Bro.
But yeah, we're just.
Well, why is taking my spot
to get it on this one? And I'll go.
This guy's a problem, bro.
Go into that in a little bit, but 2025, this is what it could be. Also for people like being, oh, there's not enough time off. This is 1 month here, and then say we start on Feb, like the 20th here. This could be ended all in time for Worlds as well. Worlds starts on like 10th of October, I think. This would have time for Worlds as well. Like in a World, this is the most perfect thing. We get 1 month off, and then you get 3 months off. October the 10th to like
Cody.
the 20th of Jan. It would be
Yo.
3 months, 1 month, 4 months off. All
What up? You ready?
Yeah.
Get that coffee in, brother.
Can we talk about our schedule or no?
Okay, well, tomorrow I have to be on at 8 p.m., Sam.
Your time?
Yeah.
Alright. I can
So-
make that happen.
Are you down or no?
Yeah.
Actually, like, I have to, like, this is, like, very important.
Yeah, I got you.
Alright. Alright, take your time. I'm watching Sliggy.
What?
Ascend. Thank you for the 5 months.
Alright.
spread, it would be
Whenever you're
incredible.
done,
Enough
I'll
time
be in the
for
range.
teams to actually go to these events, prepare. The
Okay.
teams that weren't here, we get to watch LCQ, which is getting into the most hype stuff. So that would be my ideal way of doing it. We are never going to see it. It's a
Okay. Here's my thing, right? So they won't do it because of Worlds, you said, Wellminder. But the thing is, they have a separate team working on Worlds, you know? They have a separate team for Valorant, a separate Riot team for Valorant working on Worlds. Or a separate team working for Valorant and a completely separate team for Worlds. But they think there's an overlap.
pipeline, it feels like at this time. So let me kind of just talk about this, like I was saying as well. It's all so close together that you kind of, I'll tell you what, you kind of don't want
TTV
to go
does
to
think
Shanghai.
4
I'll
months.
be honest, you kind of want to avoid this one because this means everything, and this will be fun. So as much as we avoid last chance qualifier, this stage will actually be a lot of fun for sure, because 3 teams go through, and then 1 team goes through on champions points as well, which you accumulate through these stages. Okay, let's talk about the champions points, because that is the thing. That is the one thing that I think teams and players and everyone, fans watching, hasn't really spoken about. So let's quickly go to where the champs points are. Here we go.
Points. Championship points are designed to reward teams for strong performances throughout the season. Teams will earn 1 point for every match win during international league play, with each league winner taking an additional 3 points. Teams will also earn 3 points for coming out on top at their kickoff tournament and Masters event.
So 1 point for beating a team in your league. And they said league play, so I imagine that includes playoffs. We'll talk about playoffs in a little bit, but I imagine that includes playoffs as well. And then the team that wins your league, you also get +3. And then if you win kickoff, Masters 1 or Masters 2, you get +3 as well. It doesn't say anything about second place for the Masters, and they've been pretty good at giving you all the information. So, in terms of champions points, you would get more points for beating DFM in your league than you would for coming second at both the Masters. And on top of that, there is a world with this point system that we see a team win both Masters, and that team could still not make it to champs.
Stop.
So for me, this system is a little bit busted. I know it's unlikely. A team would have to really fall off,
Stop.
but it is still
That's not
possible.
be crazy.
And that for me was like my main takeaway from this, where I was just like, damn, this is crazy. Like this is one of the biggest changes. We're basically making sure that
thank you for the 10 months.
this doesn't mean as much, and this means like everything. But I also think this is smart. So we'll go into that as well. So
Plus a 4th team based on championship points.
So a 4th team based on championship points. So it sounds like you get
This guy,
4th seed.
I have to say, this guy loves this app. Mans loves this shit. He's addicted to drawing shit on the fucking screen.
Championship points. So all of this to get the championship point, all of this is for 4th seed in theory. And then we have this stage, which is going to be top 3 go through, and then the 4th seed is done on championship points. So it is crazy. But the reason that I think this is smart is because this is going to be incredible. This is like a last chance qualifier, but for everyone. It's your last.
Now you guys are just focused on when he draws.
3 teams go through. You could have actually not had much of a good showing in all of this, and then you could turn up here. This could be really fun. Like in terms of viewership, this is going to be unbelievable. I also think this is fun because it's just like every team has a really good chance that all the fans will be tuning in. It also means that Masters mean less, but I still think that people will kind of give it because it's just like a big LAN anyway. I still feel like people would feel like it has.
So it's 3 points, 3 points, 3 points, correct? For the winner? Is if I'm understanding correctly? No, Willminder? 3 points for no, they said for league wins. +3 for each event. Right. So, but these are also +3, right? So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Correct? All of this adds up to 15. So what happens when you win stage 1? Oh, per match win. I see. Okay. Gotcha. I see.
That it does mean a lot. We still get prize pool, and maybe it doesn't mean championship points, but it's still in theory on the outside.
It's unfair for the shit teams. It's just not good, man. It's just not good. If his previous fucking format is just so much better, can we just get this guy on the Valorant team and just have him convince them? It's just better, man. He even added an off season somehow. This guy threw in an off season in the middle of fucking May or some shit. What a goat. Like, I'm out here crying, right? And all the players are out here crying. This guy is giving actual suggestions on how to fix the thing. Hire him! Get him on the team! Get him a raise!
Doesn't feel too different. It's still like pretty impressive, and it's still going to be fun to watch. But they're trying to make champions mean more for sure. And I mean, this definitely does it. But if I'm teams here, I'm kind of looking at these thinking, damn, we can take our foot off the pedal a little bit here, and this is where we need to be sprinting.
Yeah, except
So
no one's
definitely going to be interesting. Let me break down the stages at the moment.
Teams are gonna save strats at Master Shanghai. Yeah, dogs are gonna be out here saving strats for stage 2. Yo, what?
It's 10 games you're going to play throughout this, so it's 5 on each, right? 5 here and 5 here. This is another element of RNG that just doesn't fill me with much joy. So you could potentially play the worst 4 teams or the best 4 teams here.
Like, imagine winning stage 1, getting to Shanghai, and just be like, fuck, I don't know if we should show that. I don't know if we should show that. Bro, that's crazy. That's actually crazy.
With, 5 teams, and then have like get into a playoff that you shouldn't have, or maybe you miss out on a playoff that you should have, and then you kind of lose points in that way. So
okay, so explain this to me, Willminder. When is it possible for a team to just be done? You're done for the year. Is it at this stage? Right here? Midway through stage 2? So midway through stage 2, you know you're done. Holy fuck! You're done in June! Oh fuck me, this is 8-7, we shouldn't compete. No, I can't end my year in June, bro. Wait, actually, we can plan it perfect. If we lose, Sam, we join a team, we lose, we begin our stream career in July.
This one's interesting. They mentioned playoffs here, so that's what I'm talking about, playoffs. You would presume, I think in the graphic that they showed, it's 6, because it's 3 teams that qualify here, so you would say 6 teams make it to playoffs.
Low-key, at that point, chat, say a team wants me and Sam, it's better for them, or even just me or just Sam, it's better, or any player, it's better for them to just add the players on loan. Why the fuck would you pay a whole year's salary to a player? Just get him on loan till the season ends, which could easily be right here. Just get mans on loans. Yeah, pick me up for 6 months. and then extend my contract if we make it to champs. And if we don't, I get to go stream. Oh.
Out of this, so it's a good way to counteract the RNG, like the randomness on this one. That you actually have
Part-time pro
teams and then top 3 go to Masters. But again, the way I'm looking at it, you fly straight back to Masters, you show everything, and then you go into the most important stage. Yeah, I would be playing Masters very loose if I was a team. I'm not gonna lie to you. So yeah, interesting change.
Okay, so Paper X is gonna win this event. Shanghai, we can lock in Paper X to win this event.
Masters do mean less, like they do mean less, but Champions means so much more, and this stage means more than the Masters in my mind. Like it really does. This stage here is everything. It's going to be incredible to watch as a fan, as a viewer. Like this is going to be so hype.
Yeah.
And
6 months in Valorant, 6 months at McDonald's. Best of both worlds.
I think the Masters is still gonna have a lot of hype to them anyway as well, just because it's just a different setting. We finally get to see regions play against regions. So I actually
welcome to McDonald's. How may I take your order?
Kind of like this change, to be honest with you. I think even though at the polar opposite in terms of like the worst possible world where we could have a team that wins both, but they don't make it because they kind of crumble here, it's very unlikely. So that the
LFT McDonald's worker
isn't really going to happen, but it is definitely an interesting change that I haven't seen anyone
because
talk
both
about
jobs,
this was like my main
both jobs,
right.
You have a headset on, so nothing really changes. You just put on a different headset. You go from HyperX to whatever they're using.
And kind of why I wanted to do this video, because I was like, damn, this is a big thing. This really is a big thing. So yeah, and then obviously this as well.
Oh,
6 teams. The playoffs for this is these points and these points combined. So that's why only this is kind of RNG, like randomness, right? So only this bit is a little bit random, whereas this is good. So I still feel like Riot have been dealt a really rough card, but I think some of the decisions they're making are bold for sure, but I think it might be okay.
Bold is just another word for brain dead. He's just polite. Like when someone says, oh, that was bold. Come on.
As a team, I tell you what, as a viewer, I'm like, yeah, they're actually pretty good. As a team, I don't know how I would be approaching some of this, because obviously everyone wants to win champs, and especially like you get a set amount for the prize pool, and a set amount for, I mean, first of all, it's more prize pool, and then you get more money for the skins as well, in terms of champs.
So the hard drugs start in July.
% of it. So champs is everything. But yeah, as a viewer, pumped for stage 2 because it means so much. Okay, now the why. Let's get on to the why. Why on earth is this happening? Why have we got this format? Why are we not getting the format that we've always wanted? And again, I still don't think we are going to get that next year, but it might be a little bit more spread out. It is because of this. LEC Studio, the new Riot Games arena in Berlin, will predominantly serve as the new home for League of Legends EMEA and Valorant Champions EMEA. So because we're using the same venue, we can't stream at the same time as League of Legends. And League of Legends is jam-packed. Like they have, is it spring, summer, and winter leagues? And then they have Worlds that lasts 40 days. So we're like, this is Riot's baby. And I think this is always going to take priority above us. And kind of rightly so in terms of like the numbers that it produces and like how much.
How does he not do it?
How much numbers, I guess, what it's watched. So yeah, this is the main reason for it. We've moved to venue, I imagine, to save money, so it might be money cutting reasons, and that's probably why Leo's coming out and saying these things where it's just like, oh yeah, we want to keep the same schedule, because they now know that they've got to broadcast from the same area, and we have to prioritize League because we're in the same venue. We can't, it doesn't work side by side.
Just draw, bro. Why are you like not drawing? Just draw the box, bro.
Yeah,
you want to draw it.
Maybe America's is the same venue as well. Let me know in the comments if that is true, but that's the main reason. And then you can go into whatever reason you want as to why they're doing it at the same venue and why they got rid of the other venues. I guess we would say money, but who knows. So yeah, that is basically everything that I wanted to cover. In terms of some of the other thoughts of what other people are saying, do I think there's enough games? I think because we have 6 teams playoffs here and here, I think it's not too bad. I think the fact that the lowest we see of some of these teams is 11, same kind of as last year. Was it?
Come on, bro.
It might be Thinking Man's Valorant again that was just like talking about DFN and be like, honestly, 11 games then was a fine amount. I think I would still prefer that other graphic that I showed you, the Perfect World format.
Republic. Thank you for 6
months. In terms of what we got to squeeze into the League of Legends format, I think they did okay. I'm gonna be honest. I think they did okay, and then we just have to pray that 2025 is a lot better. The main criticism at the moment is over towards here and kickoff, and I think rightly so, because I think this could have been done better, but it is because of time, and it is because of the venues, and it is because of...
Okay, one question, all right? Someone answer me, if you know. One question. Why is the season not starting in mid-January? Why are we starting mid-February instead? League of Legends starts now. What is... Employees coming back from vacation. Motherfucker. When is League done? When is League fully finished? And when does GC, like, when does the last Riot event end at the end of the year? November. So you have all of fucking December to fuck anything you want and anyone you want for the entire month, right? Go on your vacation, do what you gotta do, right? You just get to chill and have your time with your family, your friends, your loved ones, whatever. So you have a month. So you have a month paid vacation, probably. So why are we bleeding into January, is my question. It could even start mid-January. That's my point. Holiday vacations expensive around Christmas, after New Year's cheaper. So I see. It's better to go on vacation in January, I suppose. Okay. I could understand that, I guess. Because League of Legends and Val uses the same producers and production teams and studios. I thought they had different teams. Production is the same teams. They just have different, like, other people. I wish they were slightly more transparent about it. Just so we could understand and see, like, empathize. You know? So people like me don't come on stream and just start crying. Can you play a video game or something? I feel like I'm in school. Yeah. Alright, well, all I've learned here is Sliggy's the GOAT.